Formerly nicknamed by Jean Cocteau as the 21st district of Paris, Megève has become a must-visit destination for anyone wishing to enjoy a magical setting during summer or winter. The village, with its incredible charm, instantly gives us the desire to stroll through its narrow streets, drinking tea accompanied by a few macaroons on its terrace. Shopping or enjoying a short carriage ride are among the favorite activities of tourists who have chosen this resort, above all, for its family setting and authentic side. In this hot Savoyard village, wood is of course the choice material, even more so at the Hôtel du Fer à Cheval. Its foyer sets the tone, a warm 5-star establishment where we'll stay for this little getaway. Its proximity to Mont Blanc and the panorama offered from the Mont d'Arbois make it a popular destination for nature lovers and ski enthusiasts. Many people choose to walk in their ski boots from their luxurious chalets that are bought and sold for millions. We will discover one for sale not far from the Altiport of Cut 2000 with Jean-Baptiste Pierlot, director of the Coldwell Banker Alps Realty Agency in Megève. And of course, we will enjoy this sunny day and take you on a short trip in the sky. We will sit alongside our driver Bruno for an overview of Megève and the Vallée Blanche. Then back on firm land, where ladies can marvel at the sight of these sculptural rings, diamond ornaments, and other precious stones that jeweler Philippe Guillem offers in his Sublime shop located in the heart of the village. Sublime like these works by Novarino, Sintract, Boucher, or Duhamel. After having welcomed us in his Courchevel Gallery, Stéphane Lafoy will this time open the doors of his Megèvan lair. But let's start by unpacking our suitcases at the Hôtel Le Fer à Cheval, ideally located at the entrance of the village. Built in 1938 by the blacksmith of the village, the building was transformed into a hotel in the 60s, under the impetus of Fernand and Charles Sibouet. Embellished over generations, it is today one of the coziest 5-star establishments in the village.
The Hôtel Le Fer à Cheval, originally from the 60s, was where we are right now, at the bar, with only 7 rooms. Today we have 54 rooms and suites, including singles, doubles, the suite, a duplex, and also a family suite. In terms of our rooms, we always wanted to blend this woody feel, since we're in the mountains, but also to bring a modern side too, notably in the bathrooms, with stone, glass and wood. Wood in the mountains is something important, and we want clients to find the warmth that wood brings when they come on holiday to the hotel, like in the rooms. It was always a leitmotif in the décor.
At Fer à Cheval, there is no successful holiday without a stop, even a stealthy visit to the spa by Carita and Decléor, a place dedicated to both sport and relaxation, with the setting of snow-capped mountains and fir trees.
The Fer à Cheval spa is really magnificent. I think I can say without being pretentious that it's the most beautiful in Megève. 450 square meters of space is available to clients. That's not a small space. 7 treatment cabins, an interior pool, a hammam, sauna, jacuzzi. Everything is available to you.
But while we mainly come to Megève to relax and enjoy winter sports, we also come to breathe pure mountain air with family or friends. Some won't hesitate to take it one step further and offer themselves the luxury of a chalet at the foot of the ski hills. We meet Jean-Baptiste Pierlot, General Director of Coldwell Banker Alps Realty. He meets us at their agency so we can discover one of the most precious chalets available for sale. A select offer, but only reserved for the elite.
Everyone can move to Megève, but it all depends on what property we're looking at, of course. A studio to renovate can go for 3,000 to 4,000 euros per square meter. And at the opposite end, a premium chalet can go from 20,000 to 30,000, even 40,000 euros a square meter, depending on the amenities, size, neighborhood. We have more sure sectors like Côte 2000, the village, the center, which have strong values and are increasing in demand. The district of Côte 2000 is a privileged space and pretty wild, with an environment that's typical of the mountains. There's a lot of demand, but there aren't a lot of chalets for sale, or even chalets in this segment of the market.
We're here on one of the buildable terrains on the Côte 2000. From the outside, the style of this chalet is typical, blending wood and stone. Inside, however, the design is much more contemporary, even atypical with this marvelous staircase mixing wood, glass, and steel.
This chalet is pretty exceptional by its volume. There's about 500 to 600 square meters of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, that we can speak about in detail. We have an interior concept and decor that was thought out to play with the light, mirrors, and many elements that create the charm of this chalet. We also find a space that's perfectly untouched, with exceptional views and calm with maximum sunlight. So it's true that the chalet fulfills many of the criteria for interested buyers, whether French or foreign. I think we're all sensitive to light, to getting sunshine, the views, and to the mountain environment when we come to the mountains, of course.
Among the premium services in this luxury chalet of the Côte 2000, an elevator, and the wellness space featuring a spa and pool. With his sharp knowledge of the Megève market and strong experience of condominium management, Jean-Baptiste Pierlot likes to say that the resort village is, without a doubt, one of the last safe bets of the international real estate market.
Megève knows how to overcome crisis and difficult economic setbacks because of its proximity to Switzerland. And the quality of the market and its goods on sale make it so that whether there's snow or not, crisis or not, we will see a slowdown, but we'll never see a price drop. So it's a market that can be described as having a sure and exclusive value, certainly by the quality of the hotels, the quality of the residences, or the quality of the village. It's full of charm, full of life. That's it. So it's this specificity that also gives a certain quality of life and the safety of the investment.
A truly charming village. Under the bright sun, a stroll is a must, but before that, take advantage of being just a few steps away from the Altiport to take a short plane ride, an activity that continues to be popular with tourists eager to discover from the sky the village of Megève, but also the Vallée Blanche, the Vallée du Chamonix, or the Aiguille du Midi and the Mont Blanc Massif. A beautiful trip that lasts a good 30 minutes, alongside our pilot Bruno, who invited us to take a place aboard his Musketeer D140. Once in the sky, the view is simply breathtaking. Count on 44 euros a person for an overview of the Megève Valley, 80 euros for the Chamonix Valley, 120 euros for the Vallée Blanche, and 160 euros for the Grand Tour, including the Mont Blanc Massif. Flight time, 10 to 40 minutes. The less courageous can stay behind on the land and wait for the return of their comrades, seated at the terrace of the Coucou Café. How about seeing the charming little village of Megève more closely? It all began with Baroness Naomi de Rothschild after the First World War. Passionate about mountains, she wanted to create a ski station capable of competing with St. Moritz in Switzerland, where all the European aristocracy of the time liked to meet. The small village of Megève then metamorphosized throughout the seasons, while managing to preserve its soul, heritage, and authenticity. The King of the Belgians, Albert I, stayed here. All the French aristocracy soon followed suit. Today, Megève counts no less than 32 hotels, including 1 palace and 8 five-star establishments, for a total of nearly 40,000 beds. Of the 80 restaurants scattered in the 4 corners of the village, 3 are Michelin-starred. True emblems of the resort, the carriages will have you living a magical moment, especially when discovering the large fir tree decorated by Swarovski, or the iconic facade of the Allard boutique at the Place de l'Église. Crossing from side to side of the village, the Glapé stream is sourced from the Aiguille Croche. It is often used as a backdrop for lovers and keen selfie takers, but this man prefers art. Jewelry designer Philippe Guillem loves playing with shapes and precious stones. His love for the mountains is reflected in the decor of his boutique, located in the center of the village since 1998.
Oui, effectivement, la déco, j'ai essayé de coller au plus près de tous les...
Yes, I tried to put together the decor as best I could from all the materials used here in the mountains, whether it's old wood, stone or copper, all these raw materials that contrast with the shine of the jewelry.
Qui vont contraster avec l'éclat des bijoux.
Jewelry that is for the most part designed by Messica, the Parisian company, which has succeeded in combining the timelessness of diamonds with modernity, has become, in the space of 15 years, an essential brand. On the other side of the shop, Rolex, Breitling, and Pomellato also have their fans.
La partie droite du magasin qui est à l'origine le premier magasin que j'ai ouvert.
To the right of my shop, which was the original shop I opened in 1998, is a space that groups together prestigious brands. So that includes Rolex, which is close by since Geneva is not too far. But then in terms of jewelers, we present Vernier, which is an Italian brand from Milan.
Nous présentons Vernier, qui est une marque italienne qui vient de Milan. Nous mettons en scène cet hiver, pour la première fois, la marque...
We're staging this winter for the first time the brand of Ivan Arpa, the brand Artia. He's a great designer who proposed to create the first Megève watch with an entirely transparent movement, adorned with a snowflake, that's made in a very limited series of course, and everyone loves it.
Qui fait en très petite série bien évidemment, et qui plaît énormément.
Other exclusive pieces in very limited editions, rings from the Mashandi collection, creations of all kinds straight out of the imagination of the jeweler and are only unveiled to a handful of privileged clients.
Cet espace qui est au sous-sol, qui est...
This space, which is in the basement, which is full of history, since it's the old Palo Alto, is a very symbolic place where I wanted to exhibit my collection.
J'ai voulu exposer ma collection. Elle est faite à base de bronze. L'idée a été de travailler autour de la sculpture.
It's made of bronze. The idea was to work on sculpture. They're unique pieces, all numbered from 1 to 8, plus 4 artist works, exactly like a sculpture, and each ring has the sculpture in reflection, which is 50 centimeters high, 15 kilos, made of bronze. And the bronze is there to magnify each precious stone. And each stone is found in a bronze and gold set. Some will shine depending on the precious stone colors that are presented.
En bronze et en or, que l'on va patiner en fonction des différentes couleurs de pierres précieuses que l'on va présenter.
Among the most emblematic pieces of the collection, this ring proudly sporting its 3.01 carat navette-cut diamond, set in a block made of gold and bronze with a black patina, ideal for creating a contrast. Other delights for the eyes, this rare Patparasha sapphire from Sri Lanka in a sublime pink-orangey color. In this intimate room, grouping all the jeweler's passions, we note an object which has a strong symbolism for Philippe Guillem, thanks to his partner, Maria Verchanova, a former professional golfer who represented Russia at the Rio Olympic Games in 2016. He loves to hit the ball around, an orange one on this occasion. It was in the middle of winter, on an 18-hole course at Mont d'Arbois, that the jeweler chose to launch his Winter Golf Cup in the year 2000. Next, Philippe and Maria will skip the snowy mountains of Mont d'Arbois for the tropical climate of Sri Lanka to live an experience with a group of loyal followers.
We're bringing the clients over there to see the gems. We're going to show them the gems together with Philippe. That's his 5th generation to understand the stones, and he's a jeweler himself. So we're going to show them a different way how to study the stones, to see how they're going to take them out of the earth, to see the colors, and obviously as added pleasure, they're going to play golf as well on the side.
A wonderful program indeed. Ours is not bad either, you'd say, since we're ready to put on our skis and discover the domain. Megève is nestled in a hollow formed by the impressive meeting of the Aravis mountain chain and the Beaufortin Massif. Blending slopes, forests, alpaca farms, and sunny terraces on several massifs, the domain is aimed at all lovers of powdery snow, whether they're skiers, surfers, or fans of freestyle. The latter now has their own dedicated space. The skiable Megève domain is split up into 3 sectors: Le Jaillet, Rochebrune Côte 2000, and the Mont d'Arbois, which is the biggest domain of Megève with 235 slopes for 400 kilometers of fun and breathtaking landscapes. Home to a unique history and patrimony, Megève cultivates the charm of a real village, flourishing around its main square with a medieval atmosphere. But for the past few years, the old seems to flawlessly blend in with the contemporary and street art, giving the village a touch of modernity. In the gallery windows, color is everywhere. After Courchevel, Stéphane Lefoy opens the doors to his Megève Gallery. The ever-present Rubinstein, Jenkel, Sintract and Classen are there, among many others.
Nous avons François Boucher, qui est un des derniers grands maîtres sur la liste vivant.
We have François Boucher, who's one of the last surviving surrealist masters, who has his own museum, who had the fortune of starting out with Salvador Dali, and who today shines throughout the world. 95% of his work is exported to the United States, and we're one of the only sellers to have his work in France. So he's a multidisciplinary artist in painting and sculpture with several periods in his life, and he's been collected by the biggest collectors. We also have Mitro and Cardelo, figurative artists, but who bring to figuration, or rather to figurative painting, a true sense of renewal. Cardelo is a painter of movement and light at the edge of photography, with a pretty exceptional snapshot, knowing that he works with a monochrome color scheme. But the painting is lively and bright and very interesting.
Vivante et lumineuse. Très intéressant.
As for Jacques Wetterer or Olivier Duhamel, they offer surprising sculptures, more real than nature.
Jacques Wetterer est un des meilleurs sculpteurs animaliers qu'on ait
Jacques
actuellement.
Wetterer is one of the best animal sculptors we know today. He's earned all the big awards, the Grand Prix of Rome, the Grand Prix of New York, the Grand Sheffield Prize in London. He's renowned for his animal sculptures of elephants, rhinoceros, but also chimpanzees. They're unique pieces, and they require 7 months of work. They're ceramic sculptures with ocularist's eyes, synthetic women's hair. You'll have to look closely. And this one I actually have in the gallery called The Old Businessman, a living sculpture that tells the story of a businessman that has to invest his money.
Sur le businessman qui doit placer son argent.
As we know, Stéphane Lefoy is especially appreciative of this next artist, notably for his inventive side. Here, eternal adolescence will be invaded by a sudden wave of nostalgia.
David Sintrac, que j'affectionne plus particulièrement.
David Sintrac, who I have a particular affection for, is a multidisciplinary artist, and he's customized a digital pinball machine that's an exceptional original piece, and that's both an interactive game and a work of art. And this is a tribute to Steve McQueen with the blue, the Le Mans race. It really is a gorgeous piece.
Steve McQueen avec le bleu et course du Mans, enfin voilà, c'est une très belle pièce.
With, as a bonus at the back of the pinball machine, an original copy of Steve McQueen's driver's license. The cinema legend probably would have appreciated Sintrac's work. What is certain, on the other hand, is that Brad Pitt and the president of FIA, Jean Todt, are not insensitive to the French painter, sculptor, and visual artist Eric Salin's talents, one of the big references in custom painting. With his gel sculptures and cans in the likeness of luxury brands, the artist already has collectors in the 4 corners of the globe. At the Saint-Martin Gallery, count on spending several thousands, even tens of thousands of euros for a work. In art, the invoice can be hefty, and the pill difficult to swallow. But when we are in love, we don't count our money. And for us, we are counting down the hours before our departure. Once our suitcases are shut, we decide to enjoy a few final moments. At the Hotel Le Fer à Cheval, the sun has set. The candles soften the lobby atmosphere, but especially that of the bar, a strategic space in the establishment. There is always something going on. At noon for lunchtime, at the end of the day after skiing, or in the evening to relax around a drink. As a family or couple, many quiet little corners can be found. As for the delicacies, it's best to have variety.
Nous avons 2 restaurants.
We have 2 restaurants, a traditional restaurant where we serve an inventive cuisine from our head chef Christophe, who's been here forever.
Depuis très longtemps avec nous. Et on a également un restaurant de spécialité.
And we also have a restaurant of Savoyard specialties, where we make what people love, and what they look for here in Megève and on the mountain, meaning Savoyard specialities including raclette, fondues, the brassarade, and all those typical dishes that fewer restaurants are doing now, as we've seen in recent years.
On a pu le constater ces dernières années.
A true mountain meal, as we love them, when we're in Megève.